want Shanghai to be the centre of contemporary design in the world. Not just in China, but in the world. We'll take China first, it'll be fantastic.
Hello Lee, welcome to Minds of Millionaires.
Hi.
This is the third year of Design Shanghai. What do you want to bring to the city?
It's not just bringing to Shanghai, it's what Shanghai can bring to the rest of the world. We definitely, from the very outset of coming up with the idea for Design Shanghai, we felt this, we love Shanghai as a business, and we felt that it had so much to offer to the rest of the world. And I think the fusion of Chinese and contemporary European design is what Shanghai design can offer the world.
That's why you choose Shanghai.
Yeah, yeah. We want Shanghai to be the centre of contemporary design in the world. Not just in China, but in the world. We'll take China first, it'll be fantastic. but definitely high quality, high-end contemporary design is what we want.
What message do you want to deliver to the visitors when you actually bring this kind of design to the exhibition?
We want to, as an exhibition, we want to inspire. We want to make sure that every visitor leaves the exhibition having found something and seen something they haven't seen before, having been inspired, maybe inspired to either buy a product, buy a similar product, maybe be inspired to design their own product, but definitely to be educated and to have fun and to join the design community.
Lee Newton, Chief Executive of the media and events company Media 10, which organizes Design Shanghai, knew the exhibit inside out. But he still recommended curator of Design Shanghai, Darren Best, who knew it better in his view, for showing us around the exhibit in Shanghai Exhibition Center.
So behind us, this is actually the highlight of the whole exhibition.
Yes, this is the Supernova designed by Petra Kosova. One of the many features that we have at the exhibition this year. The exhibition basically consists of three halls: the contemporary, the collectible, and the classic halls.
Where do you get the ideas about doing that thing here?
Well, there's so many amazing designers out there in the world doing exceptional things, but we actually sit down as a collective between everyone in the team and actually decide what's going to be the most eye-catching and most interesting for people when they first walk into the venue. This is the main entrance here.
Okay.
Yeah. So the majority, 90% of all traffic comes through here. So the plan is just to really build something that's more about design experience. So as soon as you walk in the door, you're enveloped in a world of design.
So now we can sit down and relax. But what this area is, can you tell me?
We're actually sitting in the curated space within the collectible hall. What we're probably looking at around us is product that will have an impact on the next generation of designers. So it's innovation of fabrication, it's also crazy creative exploration. So each of the items is a high-ticket item, but the value attached to these pieces actually allows the creative, the creatives and the creative minds of the creators to actually explore all possibilities.
Well, the theme of this year's Design Shanghai is the language of design. Why do you pick that theme?
Well, we feel that the language of design is something that should be a global language. It shouldn't be restrained to Chinese design or English design or American design. It's a global language, and it's a good design should be a language that anyone that understands design can understand wherever they are in the world. And this is, again, why we've used this theme, is to make sure that the language goes beyond just words. It's more about the touch, the feel, the beauty of the product, and the understanding of the viewer of that product, that it's got a function, to have a function, it can still look beautiful. And this is the language of design. I think design-aware people and designers understand this language.
So that's why you choose different brands and different products from all over the world.
Yes, some are just beautiful things to look at. But for me, the majority of good designed products have to have a function.
What's your criteria of choosing all these exhibitors?
Quality,
That's the only thing?
quality, and quality. If you can't get that right, then the rest of it doesn't count at all. The first thing has to be quality. If it's something that is a functional product, it has to perform that function extremely well whilst looking beautiful. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for things that are functional, that are long-lasting, that will still be in fashion in many years to come. We're not after fads, we're after things that are beautiful, we're after antiques of the future, and we're after products that serve and test the time frame that they're in.
Speaking of the criteria, I want to know when you get a brand or get a company or get an exhibitor into an exhibition, do you educate them before you actually choose them? Like saying, okay, you need to bring this type of products specifically to Design Shanghai because it will meet the needs of Chinese market. Would you educate them first?
I'm so glad you've asked that question. I didn't know you were going to ask that question. And the answer is no.
No?
Yeah, completely and utterly no. Because any design show that has tried to launch in China before have done exactly that. They've said, you have to do it like this for China. And as we're saying, the reason we're calling it a language is because it's a global language. It's the same, it should be the same, whether it's in China, America, France, wherever it is, it's one language. And that's where people, we believe, have gone wrong before.
Design Shanghai kicked off on March 9th at Shanghai Exhibition Center, attracting over 10,000 visitors in one day, which hits an all-time high since its first exhibit. And it's so far the most participated exhibit, having over 350 exhibitors, galleries and independent designers with over 1,000 never-seen-before pieces of design.
Can you tell me the profit you earned this year? How much is it?
What, from Design Shanghai?
Yeah.
No. Over the years that we've run it, we're still investing.
Still investing?
Yeah.
So you haven't got any profit yet?
We haven't, if you add up what we've invested in,
Yep.
we haven't actually made any profit out of Design Shanghai yet. So we haven't turned our investment into a profit yet.
So
Doesn't mean we're not making profit now,
yeah.
but
Okay.
there's years of investment have gone into that first. Mm-hmm. And so it'll be a while before we can say there's an honest profit there. But we're not in this for the short term. We're not in this to launch a show, make profit and move out. We're in this for the long term. We're in this to be part of building a business as well in Shanghai.
So when do you expect to receive the profit in Design Shanghai?
I'd hope that next year we would recoup our investment by next year, and then thereafter there'll be a reasonable profit going forward. However,
What is the reasonable profit?
by that point it will probably be the same as lots of the other exhibition organisers in China, and it will be a respectable profit. As I said, however, because we're entrepreneurial, because we get excited about doing new things, we tend to reinvest. So we just think we're going to have some profit and we think, actually, let's take it another step. Let's just reinvest that bit of profit and risk that again. Again, we're long-term.
To make it stronger?
To make it stronger, or to give it another arm, or to try a different road. We enjoy the design industry, we enjoy business, so it's not all about the personal profit, it's about...
Enjoy risking.
Enjoy taking the risk. Taking the risk with yourself.
But as far as I know, in China, exhibition industry, let's call it as an industry, it is a very high profitable industry. So I can't believe that you're saying you are still invest the business.
I own shows in the UK, as you know. Mm-hmm. We had a big recession in Europe, which lasted 7 years. Prior to the recession, we launched our business. We completely drove the company down the idea of investing and digging deep foundations for the business. So we spent more on our databases, we spent more on the design of our shows, we spent more on flying the right speakers around the world to be part of our shows. We spent more on everything than everyone else. So when the recession kicked in, we panicked and thought, God, we should have taken some profit, because now we're going to go into a deep recession and we haven't got any profit to back us up through it. So we should have taken the profit each year rather than invest. In actual fact, we were wrong, because what we had done was exactly right. We'd invested so much that when the recession came in, the other shows in the same markets as us started diving and reducing in size and going into losses, where because we'd invested so much, we just rode the recession and we grew every single year through that 7-year recession, because the quality of the product started really paying off. The quality of our exhibitions and the investments and the depth of our foundations, all of a sudden, we were the better product out there. And I think when we launched our first show in London, there were probably 4 home design shows, and 3 of them fell away straight away. And we grew. Then, as you know, we ended up owning the other one. A show designer would come in and say, you can't do that, you can't block that entrance, you can't block that exit, health and safety won't allow this, you can't just have one exit and one entrance. And we rather than say, oh, okay, how do you do it then? We said, we didn't. We said, why?
Where do you get the main investment for Design Shanghai?
It's all funded from our main business in the UK, which is wholly owned. We have no outside investors at all.
Okay.
We're a wholly owned business. It's our own money, and I say our because there's 10 of us, hence the fact that we're called Media 10.
Okay.
Because there's 10 people behind it. I'm the main shareholder and the CEO, but the other 9 people are my experts that I found 13 years ago that I thought we could run a business together. And we all put money in, everyone, all 10 people put their own personal wealth into the business in different levels.
Okay.
And to whatever risk each person was prepared to take or what they could afford. And you know what? I actually think it was more about what they could afford. Because I think everyone felt that looking around the room at the 10 people, that it was going to succeed. It was just how quick and how well it would succeed.
In 2013, Lee Newton set up Media 10 Limited with 9 elites he knew in the industry at Lawton Access. Then they became members of the board led by CEO Lee Newton. And they are all having strong backgrounds in certain fields such as sales, event management and publishing. Media 10 was established 12 years ago. It's now running 23 live events, over 25 websites and 8 magazines. And there are over 1 million attendees at a Media 10 event and over 5 million readers of their magazines.
We only have 1 female on our board, but she's in charge, pretty much. And she runs all of our HR. She runs all of us, pretty much. Tells us all off all the time and pulls us back into line all the time. Then we have, strangely enough, we have 2 design-led shareholders and directors. So because our background is magazines initially, these are editorially-led designers with a business bent to them. So, which isn't always the case in the UK, to have people from that part of the industry or that part of a business on the main board, but we do, which means we then, everything that comes out of the company is hopefully well thought about and considered more than our competitors. It also means we can change things and we can understand and change direction quite quickly. because we have a board with that kind of breadth.
What makes you decided to be a part of exhibition industry? Because you, as I know, some of you doing publishing before.
Yes.
So what makes you decide to say, okay, now you're still doing some publishing?
Yeah, we still publish magazines.
Yep. But as I know that part of your main profit and part of your business, a big part of your business is actually exhibition.
Yeah, the majority of our business is exhibitions and events. We like to call them events more than exhibitions because we think that an exhibition is quite restrained in what it means, where an event, we think, means something much bigger. And like Design Shanghai, it's more of an event where on the first night, I think there was 5 parties this year, 5 sponsored. There was a light show and DJs and a champagne party and a wall ceremony. It's a real event. There was launches of products. There was people from Europe launching a product for the first time in the world. So it's an event. But to answer your question, to take our first event that we ever run was an event in London called Grand Designs Live, which is a home show, but a design-led home show, based off of a TV programme on one of our channels called Channel 4, which is definitely the highest end home-style TV programme in the UK. Probably the highest end programme there is. Yeah, probably. It talks about contemporary, beautiful buildings, and it takes people through a story of how they build their own dream home, with all the gadgets and the beauty of glass and in exactly the right place in the world. And so we launched a magazine for Channel 4, as partners with Channel 4, the TV show. We launched Grand Designs as a magazine, and we quickly felt that there should be an audience here that would want to buy the products, that would want to see this live. And although we hadn't ran, apart from an awards event, we'd never run an exhibition or event before, we felt that we were confident enough that this was the right market, that we're happy enough to invest our money into launching our first event. And we were told we would probably get 20,000 visitors come along, and we guessed we'd get 43,000. We said 45,000. I think we got 43,000, something like that. It was so close.
Double.
And we built a house. People turn up to the show, all of a certain level, all looking for this contemporary home design, slightly different to Design Shanghai, or quite a bit different to Design Shanghai. It's more mass market, more attainable products.
That is the very first events you held.
That we had, yes. We built a house live at the show. So we built a house at the show over 3 days, live, outside the exhibition centre. So we had a team of a German company called Hoof that built a live house. And on the last day, you could walk through the house. On the first day, it was a flat piece of ground. So we demonstrated some things from the TV programme that took weeks or months, and we did them in a short period of time. And again, because of our background was magazine publishing, we had no experience of how to run an exhibition or a show. So we produced it in exactly the same way as we produced the magazine. And that took us up to a different level than any other event organiser in the UK at the time, because we treated it like we treated the exhibition like a magazine. We had a front cover, so we had